on the bench. Referee for this game, a man who sent Pep Guardiola to the stands in the quarter-finals against Liverpool last year. It's the Spaniard Antonio Lahotte. Porto's legendary goalkeeper Iker Casillas is playing in his 20th Champions League season. Unbelievable that. But they are missing two key men through suspension tonight. The former Real Madrid man Pepe and the Mexican midfield workhorse Hector Herrera. So the tough Uruguayan World Cup man Maxi Pereira comes in at right back, and Oliver Torres plays in midfield. There's a real danger man though up front. Striker Musa Marega has scored in his last 6 Champions League matches. He's right up with the top scorers in the competition this season. Casillas, it's amazing. He goes on and on. Mo Salah breaking a scoring drought, a vital goal at Southampton last week, just when Liverpool looked in a spot of bother and 1-1, when they needed all 3 points, and did get them in the end, of course. Porto to get us underway in their famous blue and white stripes. Quarter-finals of the Champions League, really getting towards the sharp end of it now. Straight away Marega making a bit of a nuisance of himself on that left-hand side. Only Lionel Messi and Robert Lewandowski have got more goals in the Champions League this season than him. Liverpool will just have to watch his predatory instincts. Porto did come through a thriller against Roma in the last round. Telles with the cross in, Milner in that left-back position tonight, who got it away and then helped out by Keita. And he wins it back again, boosted by his first goal for the club down on the south coast on Friday night. With me tonight is Robbie Savage. What are you expecting here, Robbie?
Well, a positive start from Porto, especially down that left-hand side. Telles getting forward, good defending from Milner, saying there's a full-back tonight. We're looking forward to this game. Me and Britain's most successful club in Europe, meet Portugal's most successful club in Europe. Should be a good game.
For the speed of Marega, Dejan Lovren starting for the first time since early January. Keita. Sadio Mane has been in very good goal-scoring form lately. It's a loose one from Keita in the middle of the pitch. Corona picking it up for Porto. Sergio Conceição got fond memories of England. He won the European Cup Winners' Cup on English soil at Villa Park in his days as a player with Lazio. Very fine player in his time, and now doing great things as a coach.
Milner plays at left back tonight. They will miss Robertson, because the full-backs going forward are so important for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold, you know, Robertson, when he gets wide, he whips great balls into the box. You know what will happen? Milner will probably have a check back and whip balls in with his right foot, so the forwards might have to hold their runs.
Alexander-Arnold. Henderson making a forward run. I wonder whether he might just be doing that a little bit more often, having got that goal, a vital goal, arriving late, a third goal to clinch it down at Southampton. Nice work from Fabinho. Milner, good ball that for Mane. Firmino's showed himself well. Keita's got a chance here, he's deflected and in! Liverpool ahead! In the 5th minute. Firmino's showed himself well.
Getting forward. Great set of ball play from Firmino, and there Torres dives in to try and make the challenge. It's unfortunate for Torres. It's on on target. No chance. Great start for the Reds.
Still Keita's goal was an on-target effort, but owed a lot to that deflection off Oliver Torres. So he's off the mark in the Premier League. Now he's off the mark for Liverpool's goal. Paul in the Champions League as well. And here's Keita again. Firmino, the goalkeeper, Casillas had come out. There was a chance to maybe lob him. Salah might still do something here.
Yeah, I think you're right in. It was a great chance, you know, to put the ball over and advance Casillas. Just watch here. It's a great ball. And just there now, could he have hit it with his left foot? Decides to take a touch. A good run for Firmino in that centre-forward position.
Well, he couldn't have wished for a better start than that. Saying in the programme tonight, at no point this season have we fallen into the trap of thinking we might have reached any kind of destination. Torres was helping to try to work that out, but look at the high press coming here from Liverpool, and Henderson leading the charge. I'm just thinking, Robbie, that in an ideal world, Liverpool would open up a very decent advantage tonight and render the second leg more or less meaningless, as they did against this opposition last year by winning 5-0 in Portugal.
Yeah, and the game did end 0-0 here, but you know, that 5-0 first leg win in Porto, you know, was never in doubt they were going to go through. You know, in Porto's record in England, you know, against English clubs is not great. They've never won in Porto. You know, it was never in doubt they were going to go through. You know, in Porto's record in England, you know, against English clubs is not great. They've never won in Porto. You know, it was never in doubt they were going to go through. You know, in Porto's record in England, you know, against English clubs is not great. They've never won in Porto. You know, it was never in doubt they were going to go through. You know, in Porto's record in England, you know, against English clubs is not great. They've never won in Porto. Game did end 0-0 here, but you know, that 5-0 first leg win in Porto, you know, was never in doubt they were going to go through. You know, in Porto's record in England, you know, against English clubs is not great. They've never won in 18 attempts, drew 3, lost 15. So the warning signs are there. 1-0 down. How many can Liverpool get?
Flags up there to stop the latest Liverpool attack. Only Chelsea have won here this season in a League Cup tie. Marega is the target. He's strong and quick and powerful, and that's a pretty nifty footwork as well from him. He's gone, of course, big European clubs, not that Porto aren't one, looking at him.
Said about his footwork there, with great skill, you know, good pace to get away from the red shirt. You know, he thought he was fouled.
Firmino down the line here for Salah. Firmino down the line here for Salah. Already been agreed. Only 21. Big job for him tonight. Zinedine Zidane might find out a little bit more about him with this kind of test. Offside against a bit more about him with this kind of test. This season for Porto with 19 goals. Virgil van Dijk. Long ball was aimed towards Mane, not quite, caught on the wind a little bit. It is a chilly, breezy night at Anfield. Keita to just chip it into the path, hopefully, of Mo Salah, not quite.
Yeah, he didn't spot the run of Alexander-Arnold in that right back position. And if he just waited, it was a great run from Alexander-Arnold, acres of space.
Big week here at Anfield, with Chelsea due here in the Premier League on Sunday. A massive game, probably on paper anyway, the toughest game Liverpool have on their run into what they hope will be the title, though of course Manchester City have other ideas. Alexander-Arnold, still only 20 and very much established in this side. Henderson. Salah. Got the better of Eder Militao for just a moment there. And wants the corner, but he's not going to get it by the look of it.
Just going to see who the last touch come off. Going to see in a minute. There, it's Militao. Should have been a corner.
Got away with one there. Porto. They'll count themselves a little unlucky with the huge deflection on the goal. Porto have never won in 18 visits to England, though of course they recorded one of their most memorable results here. Jose Mourinho was dancing down the touchline at Old Trafford, the draw that took them through, and they went on to become winners of the competition that year.
You can see that diagonal ball's always going to be on for Virgil van Dijk.
Alexander-Arnold. Felipe, very cool back there. Here's the captain, Danilo. Not a good ball from him. They're going to miss Hector Herrera, the Mexican, in that midfield tonight. He's one of those who's suspended along with Pepe. Octavio. Towards Suarez. The referee was right on the scene there and penalises Naby Keita.
Yeah, Suarez. Little trickery there. Was a foul, nothing more. You can see his studs got caught in the ground. Keita.
If you're watching this game and want to know what's going on in that other game down at Tottenham, Sergio Aguero's missed a penalty. Meanwhile, Salah in here. Henderson. Off Mane, who didn't know much about it, and Iker Casillas was quite grateful to just grab that. Xavier's not happy. Mr. Lahoz just telling him that he wants to be careful here because having been warned about the descent, he still is reacting the same way.
Yeah, the referees give handball. Yeah, it is. You can see referee in a good position, definite handball.
It's Milner. Berto Moreno, by the way, who a lot of us thought might get a look in here with Robertson suspended. He doesn't even make the bench. It's good to see Joe Gomez back again, isn't it, after his leg fracture. Still not match sharp, but he doesn't even make the bench. It's good to see Joe Gomez back again, isn't it, after his leg fracture. Still not match sharp, but he doesn't even make the bench. It's good to see Joe Gomez back again, isn't it, after his leg fracture. Still not match sharp, but he doesn't even make the bench. It's good to see Joe Gomez back again, isn't it, after his leg fracture. Still not match sharp, but he doesn't even make the bench. It's good to see Joe Gomez back again, isn't it, after his leg fracture. Still not match sharp, but Otavio. Look where Mo Salah has turned up in the left back position. Don't remember seeing that before in his time wearing the all red.
Absolutely magnificent from Mo Salah there. Porto's corner. Mo Salah tracking back the left back position, wins the ball for his side. You know, going forward, he's magnificent. Another magnificent season, but there he's willing to work for his team.
I think quite a few people on the Kop, we saw those faces behind, saw the funny side of that and gave him some appreciative applause for the team ethic. Alexander-Arnold again doesn't quite pick up Firmino.
Only really established in the Porto team since the turn of the year. He wasn't even in the Champions League squad for the group phase. Salah. Defending by Militao. Salah again on target this time. Teed up by Keita. Couldn't resist.
Well, that seems to be the outball. That switch of play, creating 2v1 against Alex Telles. Now Salah to come in field. Keita with the set-up play. It's a good strike from him, but a fairly comfortable save, although he doesn't grab it at the first attempt. Casillas.
Torres. Militao is relieving the pressure. This foot was a little high, but Porto have the ball. The referee happy to continue. Rega's header will run for Alex Telles, who's certainly playing well up the field.
Yeah, as soon as they win possession, he breaks forward. He knows that Salah on that side isn't going to go back too much, but he's taken a brave option here. Conceição with his formation, he's set up. With almost three up front at times, getting these left back high up the field whenever they win possession.
There was a real doubt about Alex Telles in the days leading up to the game. He actually damaged his hip taking a penalty 10 days ago, a rather bizarre injury. He almost kicked himself off his feet in scoring a penalty and then collapsed to the ground. He's only been back in training the last couple of days.
There you see the formation when they have the ball. They go to a back three. Maxi Pereira goes infield. Corona always plays as a right wing back. Alex Telles plays as a left wing back. So it's a change of formation when they have the ball to when they don't have the ball.
Arega. Robin got to him. Helped out Alexander-Arnold, had made the initial misjudgment.
Two mistakes from Alexander-Arnold early on in the game. Second to the ball there. Well defended by Lovren.
He was substituted just before the hour mark in Liverpool's last game at Southampton on Friday, having played a big part in the opening goal in that game. And again, it was just a feeling that in a tight game that defensively he might be a little brittle. Salah turned away by Torres. Morega very strong on the ball, but Fabinho every bit as strong. It's a really good pass for Suarez. Porto playing with real intent here. Milner has to clear. It's a very open game. Almost has the feel of a one-off cup tie rather than the first of two legs.
Once again, Milner in a very good position when that ball came into the box. Certainly didn't have an overload, Liverpool. Two Porto players in there against two Liverpool defenders.
Torres finding Otavio. Oh, and his back pass will be seized upon here by Mohamed Salah. Great chance for Salah to make it two, and he's... Torres finding Otavio. Oh, and his back pass will be seized upon here by Mohamed Salah. Great chance for Salah to make it two, and he's...
It in for 5 and a European hat-trick. A romp, a mighty Liverpool romp. Sadio Mane, star of the show.
أنا هخصص له فيديو وما هدخل في هذا الموضوع، لكن أوروبا عامة عاملة قانون 20% على المبيعات. أنت كبائع لما تبيع بضاعة لازم تحط 20% على السعر. 20% هذه بتروح لشركة الضرائب. يحكي تفاصيل كثير عن قصة نجاحه، فاستغربت وسألته أنت ما تخاف؟
Done it well.
The Porto number 3 is Real Madrid bound. The first signing of the second coming of Zinedine Zidane, confirmed a couple of weeks ago, 50 million euros. Number 3 is Real Madrid are paying to take Eder Militao to the Spanish capital next season on a 6-year deal. He was only 21 in January, and he turned 21. 3 Eder Militao.
Interesting to see where they play him, whether it's at centre-half or at right-back. He's playing both of those positions.
He's played more at right-back than centre-back the last 3 months, but in the absence of Pepe, he's actually playing essentially on the left of the back 3 tonight. Most of the time that Porto are defending.
Maxi Ferreira's sucked himself right in alongside Felipe at times. You see the number 2, even beyond the half, centre of the pitch.
Hefty challenge from behind, this time by Felipe, which goes unpunished. Firmino to Henderson. Alexander-Arnold with a terrific pass, and an easy goal for Firmino. Henderson, Alexander-Arnold, Firmino. Liverpool 2 up inside half an hour. Superb combination.
What a pass it is from Henderson to pick that out. Alexander-Arnold, timing his run, he stays onside and then picks out the perfect cross. So a bit of time and space. He's thinking about crossing the ball, instead plays it between Marega and Alex Telles. There's a question mark whether he was offside, but he's not. He's level with the ball, can't be offside. Very good pass and a very good finish. An easy finish in the end for Firmino. It was all started by this pass from Henderson.
Well, it was a feature of last season's Champions League run, the way Liverpool blew Manchester City and Roma away here at Anfield with bursts of goal scoring. Champions League, 3 in the first half in last season's quarter-final here against Manchester City. They've got 2 already tonight against Porto. And Porto haven't played that badly.
Well, the key for Firmino there was not to get ahead of the ball, and he just about stayed level with it.
His 3rd Champions League goal of this season. But a dramatic late winner here against Paris Saint-Germain in the opening match of the campaign, coming off the bench that night to score in September. This goal here in the quarter-final tonight is going to prove more significant.
At times now for Porto, it's a back 5, but significant. It's still being opened up.
Here goes Firmino again, hooked away by a rather anxious Felipe.
He's having a go at the linesman, saying it was an offside. It should have been an offside decision there. One ball in behind is causing him a lot of problems at the moment. Should have been an offside decision there. One ball in behind is causing him a lot of problems at the moment.
And of course by Fabinho. It's Roberto Firmino's 15th European goal for Liverpool. Mo Salah has 14, Sadio Mane 13. The all-time list of goal scorers in this competition, the old European Cup and the Champions League. For Liverpool, Steven Gerrard leads the way with 30. Firmino and Ian Rush are level in second place on 40. Numbers which add up to the same thing, a very potent Liverpool strike force. I don't think it'll change Porto's approach too much, because now an away goal is all the more essential for them, to give them some kind of foothold and some chance in the tie. Looking forward to next week. Forced forward by Torres, and here's Marega, and there's no flag. Marega stopped by the foot of Alisson. Critical save at a critical moment. Here's Marega, and there's no flag. Still an opportunity for Corona to clear, and Alisson more hesitantly turns it against Alexander-Arnold, but that has been a feature of his season. Big saves at big moments.
Well, they claim there might have been a handball from Alisson onto Alexander-Arnold here. Ball's up in the air. Does he push it onto the hand of Alexander-Arnold? He does, but was it already out of play? Alisson onto Alexander-Arnold. Here it is again. That's what they're going to be looking at. Certainly hits Alexander-Arnold on the arm. Does he know too much about it? Probably not. Was the ball already out of play? That's the other question. The referee just holding it up here for a moment.
For the VAR to review. The handball laws are being modified on the 1st of June. At the moment, deliberate is the key word. Is this a deliberate handball by Alexander-Arnold? His left arm is away from his body. You could argue that it is in an unnatural position. That will become more relevant under the new wording of the law. His left arm is away from his body.
It's not intentional. He doesn't know too much about it. He's just jumping up in the air. The goalkeeper pushes it onto his arm.
Key factors: the movement of the hand towards the ball, the distance between the two of them. There is a corner to defend. It's not a penalty. Henderson, but he is getting chances.
Well, they had a look at the penalty, but what a great chance it was for Marega. Not just then, but a couple of minutes before when he was breaking forward. This is the last of his chances. He's in an onside position when the ball comes back. Doesn't get enough on it. Big chance. And there's the warning for Liverpool twice. With Marega, first of all, breaking down that left-hand side and Alisson making a good save. Here it is. With his left boot. He's been dangerous, Marega. Plenty of pace and power. Driving down the side of Lovren. His left boot.
Going back to the VAR review, the third factor that the officials would take into account is the position of the hand and whether they believe the player is making himself big by spreading his arms in a deliberate, unnatural act. I don't think you could say that was a deliberate act by Alexander-Arnold. Spreading his arms in a deliberate, unnatural act.
It certainly wasn't a deliberate act. I've seen them given. I think the referee got that one right.
What it wasn't was particularly convincing goalkeeping. He just made a very, very good save with his leg. Listen, almost. What it wasn't was particularly convincing. He's responsible for the concession of the penalty. Very good save with his leg. Is responsible for the concession of the penalty. Nelson Keita and Firmino given Liverpool firm hold on the destiny of the quarter-final. Nelson Keita and Firmino Keita. That's a lovely ball. Look at the space for Henderson. He has support too. It's played in for Firmino. Clear chance. They were undone there. Porto caught short initially on the left-hand side, and then the cross was a searching one.
Well, it's the run of Salah that makes it. Alex Telles goes in with field with him, then has to go back out. They had a 2v1 on that far side. And he scores this. Well, Liverpool would be in firm control of the game and the tie. It's a big miss by Firmino.
Just a word about Jordan Henderson. When anybody discusses his qualities, they inevitably talk about his leadership, about his character, about his work rate, about his determination. And he has produced some very creative touches already in this game.
That's the one thing that he said that Liverpool was missing. Somebody that could pass the ball like Coutinho did when he was at the club. Shaqiri came in to do that slightly. Conceição's very worried about how his team are defending at the moment. He's got to come up with some answers because Alexander-Arnold and Salah are getting a lot of room down that right-hand side.
Corona towards Marega, who's getting some space himself. Didn't quite come for Otavio. Keita, who's made an impact here in the opening 35 minutes. Good work again by Keita. Survives the handball appeals. Survived the challenge of Oliver Torres. Cut out by Van Dijk. Seems drawn to him like a magnet at times. It's now Salah. Alexander-Arnold galloping forward. Cut out by Van Dijk.
Just those final decisions by Mohamed Salah that's not quite coming off at the moment. There he ran it into the defender when he had the reverse ball out to Alexander-Arnold. Just those final decisions by Mohamed Salah that's not quite coming off at the moment. There he ran it into the defender.
Salah has turned his man here. He's been penalised for bumping Felipe to the ground. Salah has turned his man here. Torres. Marega is getting a little bit of joy with his speed beyond the Liverpool back four. Still a ploy for Porto to try to use.
You're absolutely right. There's been 2 or 3 occasions. That last time when you said the ball was like a magnet to Van Dijk. He held a very high line. Any ball that got in behind him there, he was in trouble, as was Lovren. He took a gamble to try and hold a high line. Had the ball been played down the side of him, both of the centre forwards were in. One of the reasons it's made it such an intriguing first 36 minutes.
Liverpool have not been watertight. 36 minutes. They have been is very effective at the other end of the field. Mane losing out. Suarez to Otavio. Oliver Torres. Now Jesus Corona. Work by Otavio. Kick has been given. Oliver Torres. Jesus Corona. Work by Otavio.
Clever little player, Otavio. Playing on the right-hand side of the front three at times. And dropping back into midfield. Two centre-halves are up, both good in the air. Into is Marega. Suarez. Three at times. Dropping back into midfield. Two centre-halves are up, both good in the air.
Left-footed Alex Telles has come across to swing the ball in towards Alisson, his international teammate.
Not sure I've seen a higher defensive line than this that Liverpool are holding here.
They're almost beyond the wall, aren't they? It is a clever ball played down the side for Corona. Mane did so well. Not just his industry to go back in there and track his man, but then just to keep his head and not make a rash stab at the ball. Alexander-Arnold, early forward towards Henderson. He's got support here from Firmino and he spotted him well. First touch wasn't the best. Comes from Mane, gets it back from Firmino. Towards Henderson. Torres emerges with the ball. Mane's just going to take a moment to climb to his feet. Now he maybe needs some attention. Porto have the ball. Feeling any great necessity to turn it out. Marega through again, and it needed Lovren to come across.
They don't have to kick the ball out, do they? It's not a head injury. The crowd are suggesting that Mane was blocked off, but once again Marega getting in behind. Lovren eventually got round on the cover. That's a threat to Liverpool. Suggesting that Mane was blocked off. First touch wasn't a bad one. Just allows Lovren to get back though. Just needed to keep it on his right foot and keep it away from the Liverpool centre-back.
Marega had scored 6 goals in 7 Champions League games this season, but strangely he's only found the net twice in any competition since the turn of the year. He has scored in bursts during the course of the year. He just needs one more to get him started again. Alex Telles with the corner. It's very well defended. I think it was Lovren who got his head to the ball. Alexander-Arnold just a little anxious to get it forward. Alisson deals with the cross. Both teams in a hurry still. Here's Keita. Just a bit of space for Salah on the far side. Instead he went for Mane.
That's one of their strengths. Quite often they go for killer pass. They don't play the easy ball. They try and play it in behind the opposition. More runs like that from Mane. That's one of their strengths. Quite often the game has been played at great intensity, hasn't it, this first 39 minutes?
Keita's deflected shot. Firmino's easy finish from Alexander-Arnold's cross.
Great intensity, isn't it, this first
2 goals from at least half a dozen good opportunities in this game from one end or the other.
Both goals were started by excellent passes. The second one by Henderson, the first one by this man here, Milner, switching the play out to Mane. Just opened everything up. The second one by Henderson, the first one by this man here, Milner, switching the play out to Mane.
Alexander-Arnold. Got to be defended. Maxi Pereira came across in front of his goalkeeper.
If in doubt, just make sure he defend it, and that's exactly what Maxi Pereira did. He wasn't sure that Casillas was going to get that. Mane coming in behind him. If in doubt, definitely tucked in as a third centre-half now. Let's see Corona's position as the right wing-back.
Yeah, we expected 17 and 25 to be the two right men that play on the same flank. Alexander-Arnold. That's easy for Casillas. 17 and 25 to be the two right men that play on the same flank. There is Jesus Corona. It's a totally novel application of his players by Sergio Conceição tonight. This would have taken Liverpool by surprise. Salah. Really good contest when Militao goes across to him.
Just about dominated possession, Liverpool.
Salah. Just about dominated possession. Firmino. Salah had gone on. It's terrific from Firmino. That's not quite what Fabinho wanted. Away by Danilo. Finds Marega, but he can't find the control. Keita. Run off it by Otavio. Here goes Suarez. Van Dijk reacts well. Try to make that very well.
Dropped off at the right time.
Here goes Suarez.
Good pace to get there. Excellent defending from Van Dijk.
Firmino.
Dropped off at the right time.
Alexander-Arnold.
Good pace to get
Salah. Firmino. Salah. Try to back heel in a lot of traffic, and Danilo emerges with the ball. Finds Suarez. Now Jesus Corona. Feels like the last couple of minutes of the tie, never mind the first half of the first leg. Fabinho penalised for that lunging challenge on Danilo.
I think he won the ball. I think the referee didn't like the fact that his studs might have been showing here. Let's have another look. It's a good challenge.
Slipped a bit money.
Yeah, he actually wins the ball with his left foot. It's just a collision between the two players. It's a good challenge. He didn't get overly excited. The referee, it's good refereeing again. Just a collision between the two players. It's a good challenge.
Torres seeking out Corona.
There's that ball over the top. This time, I think we can now call him the right wing back, getting forward.
He's 44 now, Sergio Conceição. He took over for his former teammate Nuno Espirito Santo when he left for Wolverhampton at the start of last season. He's 44 now, Sergio. 100 games in charge now. Only Jesvaldo Ferreira has reached that number since Jose Mourinho left the club. Left the European champions in 2004. Conceição was part of that squad, although he didn't figure in the Champions League triumph because he played for Lazio earlier in the competition. Salah. Conceição was part of that squad. Was a cross that might just have caught out the defence, maybe played a little earlier than they expected. It would now be a Porto throw.
Look how many Liverpool players around the ball as Marega got it there. Nowhere to go. Had a good first half, Marega. He's been the real threat to Liverpool.
Lost his strike partner Vincent Aboubakar to a serious knee injury at the end of September. They've had to mix and match up front a little bit since then. Porto. Aboubakar isn't too far away from a return. Unlikely to figure next week. End of September, they've had to mix and match up front a little bit since then. Porto. Aboubakar isn't too far away from a return. Unlikely to figure next week. End of September, they've had to mix and match up front a little bit since then. Rare spell of possession football. This is if Liverpool will settle for the two they've got in the remaining seconds of the first half, which has gone so well for them.
Also having to drop off a bit more now. They know the ball in behind them's causing problems. One of compact in midfield and at the back.
2 goals for Jurgen Klopp's men, 2 unanswered goals. Naby Keita's with the help of a critical deflection. Roberto Firmino's with the help of 2 wonderful passes from Jordan Henderson and then Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Porto have carried a threat, and their coach will be telling them at half-time that an away goal, or maybe 2, is still possible for them here. How many more will Liverpool score, though? It's Liverpool 2, Porto 0. It's still possible for them to score, though. It's Liverpool 2, Porto 0.
Jaw-dropping moments during 90-minute lunch breaks at hole-in-the-wall bars with strangers that become family under sun, moon, and stars. Live on something to celebrate. Live over everything.
I've talked on this phone through the happiest times of my life and through the saddest times of my life, but I never dreamed in 1,000 years it would save my life. Boom! I fell 22 feet, completely shattered my pelvis. In the middle of the woods. I called my wife, she thought I was joking. I said, yeah, I'm not. I was so lucky that day. Saved my life.
Therefore, when it matters most, get unlimited on the best network with Apple Music included, and save big when you switch. Only on the right. 10 years ago, Brian Ortega was given a choice: continue fighting for his life in the streets of LA, or bring his fighting spirit into the octagon, fighting for gold and his community. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
Introducing smart dogs. Are they the answer to distracted driving? Nope. But Geico has a simple tip. Turn on Do Not Disturb while driving. Are they the answer to distracted driving?
With some balayage clippings, then razor cut up to blunt angled log. I'm retiring, you're my swan song.
What?
He's going to slap some clips in your hair, give you a bob, and then he's going to move the bulk of a tone. But you're going to look amazing.
Okay, there are multiples on the table. One is cash, clear FHA. One is so what can you do?
She's saying to a whole lot of people want to buy this house. But you got this.
Okay.
It can be as simple as push button get mortgage. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
I'll give it a toast.
Is Pepsi okay? It can be as simple as push button get mortgage. Our puppy. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Okay.
Pepsi's more than okay. It's okay, what have we learned today?
You want a Pepsi?
I want a Pepsi.
There you go.
I gotta come up with my own catchphrase.
Okay, what have we learned today?
Hey, hello. Where are the others? It's just me.
But my cuñado told me you're the best trio.
We were, until we split.
But you're good, right?
I'm okay. I'd be better with the other two.
They're asking for her head.
That's me. Oh, that's good.
But my cuñado told me you're the best trio.
We were.
Just okay is not okay.
But you're good, right?
Especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G.
But you're good, right?
Especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G.
But you're good, right?
Especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution.
VR Football Halftime is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. VR Football Halftime is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Hi, welcome back
back to the VR Football Halftime Show. Kate Abdo is still holding Steve Nash and Mo Edu. Champions League quarter-finals underway. Let's get you caught up on the best of the action from the first half at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Take a look at how this one played out in the first 45.
This was a great run down the left-hand side from Sissoko. One of the opportunities that Spurs had on transition to get in behind City, and then this was a controversial moment in the first half. Danny Rose comes across. The hand is extended. It went to video review. It's a penalty for me, guys.
It's a pen. Unfortunate, but hand extended from the body.
I think unfortunate is the right word, but of course it's a pen. But Hugo Lloris, after making a big mistake against Liverpool late in the game, that Spurs deserves something out of, steps up and makes a big save. I think unfortunate.
Kane coming close, and as this first half went on, we started to see that Tottenham were getting more and more into the game, creating chances. This one was just offside from Otamendi at the back post, but 0-0. What a first half.
Okay, let's take a look at the other game, are we, or are we not?
More and more into the game, creating chances.
Well, I don't know what we're doing. All right, let's do that. Let's take a look at Liverpool Porto. Liverpool building themselves a nice little cushion at the moment at Anfield. It is 2-0 at the halfway point. All right,
yeah, Liverpool. We expected this, the way that they've been attacking. Naby Keita got his first goal for Liverpool not too long ago. Here's another one in the back of the net. It takes a little bit of a deflection, but this has been all Liverpool most of the time. A couple little flashes for Porto here and there. Mo Salah almost getting on the end of this one, guys, just past the post. But very dominant for them going forward. And then Bobby Firmino.
It's been one-way traffic for the most part. This was a great finish on the back post there. Alexander-Arnold picked him out. 4 guys on Porto get cut out with that pass. But, I mean, for the most part of this game, it was one-way traffic. But the one man who did provide a little bit of threat is the guy we're talking about, Musa Marega. His power, his energy, his willingness to run and get on chances. But, I mean, for the most part of this game,
it's a shame. He actually had 2 chances. If you're going to play Liverpool at Anfield, you've got to take one of those, unfortunately, because this is going to be facing so much pressure. Unfortunately, he didn't capitalize.
Just a quick reminder of how things stand at the halfway point. Liverpool with that nice little cushion at Anfield. We'll bring you more after the break.
Is 4 a.m. wake-up calls for high stakes. Jaw-dropping moments during 90-minute lunch breaks that hole-in-the-wall bars with strangers that become family under sun, moon, and stars. Live is something to celebrate. Live over every 90-minute lunch break.
10 years ago, Brian Ortega was given a choice: continue fighting for his life in the streets of LA, or bring his fighting spirit into the octagon, fighting for gold and his community. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
Introducing Smart Dogs. Are they the answer to distracted driving? Nope. But Geico has a simple tip. Turn on Do Not Disturb while driving. Are they the answer to distracted driving?
I'm going to start with some balayage clippings. They're razor cut up to blunt angled long. I'm retiring from my swan song.
You're going to slap some clips in your hair, give you a bob, and then he's going to move the vocal tone. But you're going to look amazing.
Okay, there are multiples on the table. One is cash. We are FHA, one is VIVO. So what can you do?
She's saying a whole lot of people want to buy this house. But you got this. It can be as simple as push-button get mortgage. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. People want to buy this house.
Is Pepsi okay?
It can be as simple as push-button get mortgage. Our puppy, Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Okay. Pepsi's more than okay. It's okay, what have we learned today? You want a Pepsi?
I want a Pepsi.
Here you go.
I've got to come up with my own catchphrase.
Okay.
My time is thin, but so is my lawn.
Now there's Scott's Thicker Lawn 3-in-1 solution with a soil improver, seed, and fertilizer to feed.
Now yard time is our time.
This is a Scott's Yard 3-in-1 solution with a soil improver, seed, and fertilizer to feed.
Now yard time is our time.
This is a Scott's Yard 3-in-1 solution with a soil improver, seed, and fertilizer to feed.
Now yard time is our time.
This is a Scott's Yard 3-in-1 solution with a soil improver, seed, and fertilizer to feed.
Now yard time is our time.
VR Football Halftime is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. VR Football Halftime is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Welcome back to our coverage here on TNT and BR Live. 0-0 the score at the halfway point between Spurs and City. Fernandinho manhandling Harry Kane. How do you feel about that, Steve?
A bit cheeky. I'd like to see him put the boxing gloves on and be a big man.
TNT and BR Live. 0-0 the score at the halfway point between Spurs
Only one
and
winner
City.
there. Oh, here we go off the top rope.
Harry Kane. How do you feel about that, Steve?
This one's, it's been feisty though, hasn't it? It has a big Champions League night feel to it. Very aggressive. One winner there.
Yeah, we're going to bring you more after the break.
This one's feisty though. It has a big Champions League feel to it. Yeah, we're going to bring you more after the break. This one's
Live exploring and wake-up calls for high stakes. Jaw-dropping moments during 90-minute lunch breaks at hole-in-the-wall bars with strangers that become family under sun, moon, and stars. Live is something to celebrate. Live over everything. 90-minute lunch breaks at hole-in-the-wall bars.
Where are the others?
It's
just me. I'm asking for her hand. Good. We could use one.
Network from Serenata should never be just okay. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G.
We could use one.
Network from Serenata should never be just okay. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G.
Experience the reimagined Mazda 3.
Introducing your Passport to Adventure. The all-new Passport Elite from Honda.
Take it there with Taylor Roof.
Introducing your Passport to Adventure. The all-new.
You don't want to miss it. She talks about everything. Y'all be sure to tune into my new show, Take It There with Taylor Rooks.
What is live?
You don't want to miss
Is it missing those games you wanted to see? Those insane buzzer beaters because you had some place to be? Nah. From where we stand, we're all fans with the passion for winning. Coast to coast, the stakes are high. New season with new beginnings. Witness legendary moments, buckets and triple doubles. Real-time highlights, live and in living color. From heartbreaking lows to earth-shattering highs. 1 quarter, 1 minute, and 1 second at a time. NBA League Pass on BR Live. Live over everything. In living color. From heartbreaking lows to earth-shattering highs. 1 quarter, 1 minute, and 1 second at a time. NBA League Pass on BR Live. Live over everything. In living color. From heartbreaking lows to earth-shattering highs. 1 quarter, 1 minute, and 1 second at a time. NBA League Pass on BR Live. Live over everything. In living color. From heartbreaking lows to earth-shattering highs. 1 quarter, 1 minute, and 1 second at a time. NBA League Pass on BR Live. Live over everything. In living color. From heartbreaking lows to earth-shattering highs. 1 quarter, 1 minute, and 1 second at a time. NBA League Pass on BR Live. Live over everything. In living color. From heartbreaking lows to earth-shattering highs. 1 quarter, 1 minute, and 1 second at a time. NBA League Pass on BR Live. Live over everything. In living color. From heartbreaking lows to earth-shattering highs. 1 quarter, 1 minute, and 1 second at a time.
This match is brought to you by Santander and Nissan, UEFA Champions League official sponsor. This match is brought to you by Santander and Nissan, UEFA Champions League official sponsor. This match is brought to you by Santander.
Silva, Ruben Neves, Jackson Martinez and Danilo in the last 3 years. Otamendi, Mangala, Coutinho, James Rodriguez before that. Ricardo Pereira, Willy Bolly, Diego Dalot just last summer. So difficult to compete with the very clubs that you're selling to. But compete they do. Mind you, Liverpool in recent years have lost 4 players who are all in the quarter-finals with different clubs this year. Mind you, quiz question for you. Coutinho, Raheem Sterling, Luis Suarez and Emre Can. Quiz question for you. Coutinho, Raheem Sterling, Luis Suarez and Emre Can. Last time Liverpool reached the semi-finals of this competition in 2 successive seasons. Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush and Alan Hansen were in the team. The mid-80s semi-finals of this competition. That history, that heritage lives with this club to this day. Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush. They set the standards which Jurgen Klopp's teams are trying to come up to. That history, that heritage lives in their own sweet way, that's for sure. Kenny Dalglish, they set the standards which Jurgen Klopp's teams are trying to come up to. Iker Casillas beaten the first twice in that first half now, defending the Kop end goal of his famous stadium.
Casillas can go long at times. He has got Marega and Suarez up front. Both players that have done quite well when the ball's been played from distance. They're bringing it down on their chest or winning the first ball in the air. He has got Marega and Suarez.
Ashley Mino. Suarez losing his footing. Alexander-Arnold swiftly on to Salah. Out comes Militao once more. Just enough. Alexander-Arnold, headed by the diminutive centre-back now, Maxi Pereira. Oliver Torres has lost it. Fabinho, Salah, just behind Mane. Jesus Corona was able to recover. Given away by Maxi Pereira this time. Keita, Henderson, Alexander-Arnold, Jordan Henderson, and here comes James Milner, but he's followed in by Mane! And the flag's up, it's not going to count. I wonder if James Milner might have been onside. It looked as if the cross was meant for him. He was arriving late.
Well, here it is. It's a great ball again by Henderson.
Wow.
It's a very tight decision. He may just about be offside. It's a very tight call. The whistle went before the ball was in the back of the net, I think. If not, he certainly can review it. He's just waiting here. Maybe he blew the whistle after the ball went in the net. He's just waiting.
The assistants are encouraged not to flag unless they're sure, because of the review. I think he might just be offside, but it is so tight.
And you're absolutely right. James Milner, who was coming round the back, certainly would have been onside. Firmino's offside, not interfering with play. Mane, if he is offside, was it a part of the body that could score a goal? That's what the VAR has to look at. His arm was certainly in an offside position, but that doesn't count. And it stays.
But then neither does the defender's arm.
True.
Well, I think Liverpool got a little bit of luck with the first goal. And maybe, as the great football cliche goes, the luck evens out in the end. They were a little bit lucky there, Porto. There wasn't much in that. Danilo.
I think we can go away from talking about hard-working Henderson and gritty determination to the creative Henderson at the moment. Another brilliant pass from him.
Salah. Militao is stuck with him. Here's Henderson doing what we probably more readily associate with him, but he's not playing in the anchor role with Fabinho in the team. He's got a little bit more licence to get forward. He's enjoying himself. Scored a really good goal at Southampton on Friday night, admittedly his first for 18 months and more. Suarez on towards Marega, and Van Dijk was waiting for Alisson. And in the end, couldn't wait any longer. Misunderstanding between the two.
Well, they had a misunderstanding in a recent Premier League game.
Yeah,
at Fulham.
Yeah.
Who's going to deal with this? Well, I don't think the ball is going to reach Alisson. I think it's Alisson's fault. He's got to give an angle off at the back. He knows that Van Dijk's going to get there first. As soon as that distance gets tight, there's always problems for the defender and the goalkeeper.
I love Van Dijk's attitude. No screaming, shouting, no gesturing at his keeper. Almost as if it didn't happen. Let's concentrate, get on with it. It's a flick on, and Van Dijk it is who turns it away. Mane finds Keita. Difficult to lose it there. Otavio just overran it. Given away though to Jesus Corona. Alexander-Arnold has to deal with it and does.
Rare mistake from Van Dijk when that ball was played into the box. It's a poor clearance from him.
Chiquinho Suarez. What a kick.
Good spell for Porto at the start of this second half.
It's one of the truisms of football, but I'm going to say it anyway. The next goal in this tie, if it's tonight, certainly, is really, really important.
That's why that save from Alisson when Noriega was through and he saved it with his left foot was such an important save.
An important clearance by Alexander-Arnold after the header was won by a man in blue and white. Alex Telles so short, Liverpool can counter as they love to do. Henderson with all kinds of options chooses the right one. It's Alexander-Arnold on the left-hand side, and here's Mo Salah with an opportunity. That's good defending. Danilo got back with him.
Does really well here, Danilo. Knows that Salah wants to get it on his left foot, doesn't dive in, gets half a block in. Again, what a good counter-attack it was from Liverpool. Henderson starting it off, driving through that midfield area. Alexander-Arnold found himself on the left-hand side, as he still is at the moment.
You do attack Liverpool at your peril. They're almost at their most dangerous when they're defending their own, the edge of their own penalty area against a mass attack. Keita. Alexander-Arnold enjoying himself out there now. Fabinho. Milner would probably prefer to be on this side. I think he's going to have to go back now. Yeah, so that's left wing duty.
He's going to run on a big diagonal across to that left-hand side.
Milner played the last half hour at Southampton on Friday as a right back, but he hasn't actually started in the left back role since the turn of last year. He was the regular Liverpool left back 2 seasons ago. The other option for Jurgen Klopp tonight, Alberto Moreno, to replace the suspended Robertson, isn't even on the bench. Joe Gomez, incidentally, is. He hasn't played for Liverpool for 4 months because of a broken leg, but clearly very close to a return. Now, there's a free kick here, a handball against Milner, which he's disputing.
He's still out on the right-hand side. Yeah,
well, that's the chest, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's always worrying when the referee goes to his pocket. It's that spray that he keeps bringing out rather than the card.
Alexander-Arnold has returned to right back. That is the cue for Milner to go back to the left. Felipe. It is a searching ball and an instant cross from Jesus Corona, in which Lovren has to clear at the expense of a throw-in.
Well, I think he's a bit disappointed that as that ball was played across, none of the players in the box or making the runs into the box were alive to it. That was a brilliant crossfield pass to start with.
Felipe forward from centre-back. The long throw from Alex Telles. Headed away by Henderson. Sliced by Oliver Torres.
The long throw back in fashion in recent weeks.
Liverpool have actually employed part-time the services of a coach whose specific task is to teach players the long throw. Joe Gomez is his protege, who's now just coming back into the first-team picture. There's a lot of snobbery about the long throw. I think it's a very effective weapon.
Absolutely. He created a goal for England recently with a long throw before he got injured.
Porto have got one or two exponents of the art. A very crisp, purposeful pass of the ball. Jordan Henderson maintains the tempo of the team, but the ball is shifted quickly.
Porto sitting deep at the moment. They've got a back five. Norega's in the wing-back position at the moment, so that's no threat to Liverpool when they win back possession. Tavio's got to go back on the other side, so it just leaves Suarez up front.
Keita, back to Milner, Fabinho, on his best. Chance for Oliver Torres to lead a counter-attack for Porto. The under-channel towards Suarez, but Lovren stayed with him. And a free kick has been given here against Aquilino Suarez. Rather spared Alisson some embarrassment.
Yeah, it is a foul as well. Suarez just gives Lovren a little tug on the shoulder. Just forced him to misplace the pass, but Alisson, you're absolutely right. Tried to take it with the outside of his right boot, almost fell over it, played it off for what would have been a corner.
I think it's fair to say it's a huge upgrade for Liverpool on where they were in the goalkeeping department. Firmino has done so well. Gets it back from Mane. Fabinho, Henderson, Fabinho trying to thread it through to Keita. Instead it's Mo Salah.
There was another good run by Alexander-Arnold down this right-hand side. That's the pass that Fabinho was looking for, just didn't get it right.
Here is Alexander-Arnold. Keita, play 1-2s off opponents now. Taking a little bit too much there in the shape of Militao. So Van Dijk is on hand. Alexander-Arnold was on the way again. Danilo. Kept his composure. Didn't get the ball though. Porto.
It's almost a hit and hope over to the far side of the field. 1v1, Milner against Otavio.
Salah has done well just to jab the ball into the path of Alexander-Arnold. Just a little bit more studied and controlled now, Liverpool.
They've got some decisions to make because Porto are sitting so deep at the moment. They're going to have lots of time on the ball here. Do they try and force it and play through Porto, or just keep the ball round the back and wait for the right opportunity?
Firmino trying to smuggle it back to Salah, smuggled away from him by Danilo.
Good play, Fabinho. Just nick that ball away from the centre forward, keeps Liverpool in possession.
Henderson. Firmino. It's wonderful play by Firmino, and here's Henderson, now Milner. Shot is charged down by Jesus Corona.
No chance for Porto to counter-attack because even Suarez was back in the defending third there. I think they've made their mind up. They can't go 3-0 down here, Porto. They're going to sit deep and hopefully at some point try and catch Liverpool on the counter.
Mane, Firmino, Henderson. It's taken late, but advantage play because Alexander-Arnold is on the ball. Lifted in to Salah. Alexander-Arnold was trying to improvise a back-heeled return ball.
I think it's a yellow card for Felipe somewhere in there. He made a challenge.
On Henderson, was it?
Well, Henderson tried to switch the play. He was just caught here by Felipe. Just there. He allowed advantage, the referee. Well play from him again. Felipe actually got the last challenges as well, so he went from one side of the field to the other, and for his troubles he gets the yellow card. There we go.
There were 3 members of this Porto team who came into the game a yellow card shy of suspension, but the 2 yellow carded, Suarez and Felipe, are okay for the second leg. Alexander-Arnold hit by Salah, hit instantly by Salah, but instantly and anxiously.
It came to him a bit too quickly there. Probably needed to get hold of that and just control it. Here's a player that's got a bit of technique and can go past a defender or 2.
So off goes Francisco Suarez, and on his place the very skillful Yassin, Algerian international, and probably the most gifted ball player on the Porto books. He's out of contract at the moment and looks set to move on. A couple of the English Premier League clubs, Arsenal and Everton, have been linked with him. He's apparently asked Porto for more money than they're prepared to offer him, so this looks like being his final season. But he's skillful,
particularly when he's playing out on the left-hand side. He cuts in on his right foot, bends balls into the far corner. It's a good crosser of the ball as well. Good free kick taker.
Morego's got at the centre now. It looks like the same strategic setup. It's 3-4-3 they've been tonight. That's good from Fabinho. Henderson onto Salah. Salah trying to work some shooting space. It actually hit Roberto Firmino. All the way by Otavio. That's a really good challenge by Fabinho, and Henderson's back on the ball. Is he back inadvertently from Mane, who says, no, I'll keep it, thank you. Just lending it to you. Here's Salah. How many times have we seen him tip? Concentration, even from the club star turn, Mohamed Salah. Liverpool are in a terrific position, but they know that Porto goal at this juncture in the game would change the balance of the tie completely. Here is Brahimi. Sit back from Oliver Torres. It's good control from Jesus Corona. Good support for Milner from Naby Keita.
Keita doing well there. That's why Milner gives him a little handshake there.
It was his first start for more than 6 weeks at Southampton on Friday. He's kept his place in the team. Been a little slow to establish himself at Liverpool, but he's something a little bit different from anything else they have in their midfield ranks. Prepared to wait for him. Oliver Torres. Kept in by Alex Telles. Danilo. Seeking out Jesus Corona. Milner had to grow a little bit to keep that away from him.
Yeah, they've looked for that ball on 2 or 3 occasions in this second half. Danilo doesn't really look. The ball comes back to him. They know it's going to go in there. Corona's trying to get in behind Milner. Felipe a target. So too Marega and Danilo. Zonal marking from Liverpool.
Jesus Corona will take it. And towards Danilo. Came off the back of Lovren. Helped away by Henderson. Here's Salah. Couldn't link with Keita. 2 goals in the opening half hour. A deflected shot. Heavily deflected. Naby Keita shot. Followed by a very slick Henderson, Alexander-Arnold, Firmino combination. Liverpool have had the clearer chances, other than the goals, but not the only chances of this tie.
The referee just holding up play here. Maybe the VAR's looking at something. Could be handball against Lovren. Nothing given. Hits him on the, I think you said it, on the back. Oh, hits him on the top of the arm, yeah. But again, not intentional.
That's good work by Van Dijk. Typical work by Van Dijk, away by Milner. Danilo. We were reviewing that handball call in the first half. I did mention that the handball law is being rewritten as from the 1st of June, when the hand or arm above or beyond shoulder level will usually be deemed an offence by the player. Deliberate is still the key to the spirit of that law, but they have reworded it in order to try to cover this whole notion of the arms or hands beyond the natural silhouette of the body. That's us from the 1st of June this year.
What I would say there about Lovren is that it wasn't a particularly good piece of defending. He took his eye off the ball. That's why it hit him on the arm.
Will the rewording end handball arguments? No, it will not. No, it shouldn't. Disputes are always part of the game, aren't they? Part of the culture of football. Here's Brahimi. Video kept an eye on the ball there, didn't he?
Sorry, Clive, you could see exactly what he was trying to do. That's what he does all the time. Chop it back onto his right foot and bend it into that far corner. He just saw the opportunity, but he was well defended on that occasion.
Here's Marega. Away by Mane. You saw Divock Origi being readied by Liverpool. Certainly seems to have moved ahead of Daniel Sturridge and Xherdan Shaqiri in the attacking support area. Here's Firmino. Switches the ball between his feet so cleverly now. Naby Keita. Here comes James Milner. Crossing with his unfavoured left foot, and it wasn't the best.
More interestingly, who will come off for Origi? Imagine it'd be one of those front three.
He's played more in the wide role than in the central role when he's been used of late. That's a really good ball for Marega beyond Van Dijk. Marega gets his shot away, and the second time of asking, Alisson holds on to it.
There's the thread again. He's got plenty of pace. Runs between and behind the 2 centre-halves. Lovren just sent him wide, though. It wasn't a convincing save from Alisson.
Salah. Henderson taking over. Into Firmino. It's back behind Mane, but he's found Keita. And here's Sadio Mane. Worked that so well. It's such a clever touch by Mane to link with Keita in the first place.
There's a little flick round the corner. When it comes back to, he just opens up his body, tries to bend it round Danilo. Doesn't bend it far enough.
It's the first of the 2 goals that he scored in Munich in the second leg, and the last round was just a piece of art. Alexander-Arnold. Away by Militao. You can see why Real Madrid like the prospect of him moving to the Bernabeu next season. He's an athletic and already intelligent defender. Pace for a tall man.
When he's playing as a centre-half.
Salah. It's away by Militao.
I just wonder if Salah could be the player to make way for Origi.
It's Fabinho.
Mane's been a threat. I'm not sure you take Firmino off at the moment. If you take one of the midfield players off, it makes you a little bit light in that area.
Liverpool have got a key English Premier League game between the two legs here against Chelsea next weekend.
Might we say a resurgent Chelsea after their last couple of performances?
They've got another game to play before then. Europa League tie to play, so less time than Liverpool to recover from that. But that's any other business. Lovren to Salah. He's got away from Alex Telles here. Didn't quite found the final pass again. Mane won it back.
Firmino was on as well. Salah had every opportunity just to reverse that ball for the run of Firmino.
Henderson, good disguise for Firmino. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Henderson to Firmino. I'm not sure the assistant was absolutely certain, but he's gone with a Porto throw. Further change with Porto coming, but first Sadio Mane will give way to Divock Origi, who's been regularly involved since the start of February. Played a part in the third goal Liverpool scored in Munich. There's talk of a new deal on the table for him. He's back in the Belgian squad. Got his confidence back. He was 24 yesterday. And Oliver Torres is the man who makes way for Porto, and in his place it's like for like in midfield, the 21-year-old Bruno Costa, coming on. Actually made his debut here in the match last year, but that was his only European appearance until now. When he plays European football, they're downfield. Bruno Costa.
Origi's gone straight out onto that left-hand side.
Straight away running at the right-hand side of the Porto defence and winning a free kick. Jesus Corona caught him. Different kind of threat from Divock Origi.
Yeah, saw the space to run in between a couple of defenders down the left. Tavio, the player that had a little tackle there, and then the second one comes in from Corona.
Started games against Watford and Everton in the English Premier League out in that role quite recently.
When you're taking it with your right foot, as Milner may do here, you're always looking to, if everybody misses it, it might just creep in at the far post.
Salah is the option. Instead it's teed up for Alexander-Arnold to hit. Quite how they rehearsed it, I don't think. Bruno Costa is there. Away by Militao.
Well, you can see all the players that were up in the box furious with that free kick that Liverpool took. The timing was all wrong. The execution was wrong.
But otherwise... ago, if there is another goal in this tie tonight, it could prove to be the decisive goal in the whole quarter-final. Change the equilibrium of the tie completely if Liverpool or Porto could score. Keita. Fabinho. Now Milner.
Liverpool really don't have to force it. Porto are the side that have to come out and at least press the ball that little bit higher up the field.
And yet in the back of the Liverpool minds must be little voice saying one more, we could just about put this to bed. It will be a very different atmosphere and feel in front of 50,000 in the Dragao next Wednesday. Final change, Maxi Pereira, who hasn't had a lot of football in the last 3 months, will give way to Fernando Andrade, who actually came on and won that decisive penalty against Roma from the substitutes bench. He won a penalty in Braga in a league game too 10 days ago. Number 37, Fernando, is an attacking player. Going to play as right wing back against Origi.
And Corona has gone back into the third centre-half position, exactly where Maxi Pereira was playing, unless they change the system slightly.
It's pretty bold because he's a winger, really. This is Corona, the Mexican international.
But maybe they do play him on the wing and Corona plays as a normal right back and they just play with the two centre-halves.
Sergio Conceição has been bold all night. Marega has embodied that boldness in many ways.
He's certainly been the biggest threat to Liverpool. Marega has been a willing runner, off the ball and with the ball.
Van Dijk to Henderson. Salah scampering away, but Militao is in charge of the situation again. And now Marega, and there's no flag here. It's Musa Marega. Well, he's had enough sights of goal to feel that he should be coming away from Anfield with one to his name.
But unfortunately for him, the two best chances have both fallen on his weaker left foot. And that was really a swinger. Van Dijk, I'm not sure why Van Dijk wants to play offside there. He's moaning at Lovren for not stepping up. But Van Dijk's the player that's at fault there. He's got to drop off and just deal with the danger. Good first touch. But it's a bit of a swinger with his left foot. Doesn't make the right contact. He's not even pointing his toe to the ground there. Scoops it over the bar. Big, big chance.
Scored in his last 6 Champions League appearances, Musa Marega. Only 3 men have ever scored in 7 consecutive Champions League appearances. He was looking to join some pretty good company. Edinson Cavani, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. Here's Salah. Henderson. Oh, it's a tempting ball. Casillas read it well. Just got in front of Firmino. Another fine piece of invention from Jordan Henderson.
It's a great ball played in behind, wasn't it? Firmino couldn't quite get there.
Milner caught in possession. Van Dijk away. It's not foul. Assistant on the far side certainly had a very good view of that. It's a little flamboyant from Keita, and here's Marega again. This time on his right foot, the angle's not so good, and he just drags it across the goal.
Well, he's had his chances. That was a very difficult one. All he's trying to do is hit it with power. There's nobody in the box for him to cross it to. Mistake by Liverpool. He's onto it quickly in behind Van Dijk. Just hooks it across the face of goal. He's actually going for goal himself there.
Salah, he rolls defenders so well in that manner. To get the luck of the bounce there.
Well, I've been surprised by the two centre-backs for Liverpool. They must know now that Marega, every time someone gets time on the ball, even when they don't get time on the ball, they're going to stick it in the space behind for Marega to run onto. They've got to be dropping that little bit quicker, not trying to play him offside and gamble.
That's a foul by Salah, that old trick. Didn't quite work for the referee that time. Let's tell us his victim. We are going to see Daniel Sturridge, who's been on the fringes all season, really. Looks like Porto is the man who's going to be replaced.
Sturridge, a different sort of player to Firmino. Sturridge, a finisher. Firmino, somebody that does all aspects of forward play, closes the ball down, links up the play, scores goals as well.
He was loaned out to West Bromwich Albion for a spell last season. It looked like his Liverpool career might be over, but he had a good pre-season period. Daniel Sturridge put himself back in the Liverpool frame, but seems to have fallen in favour again. Van Dijk hustled into a mistake by Marega, who's been a handful for Virgil van Dijk tonight.
Once again, Van Dijk was looking at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper can't come from that. Just deal with it yourself, which he did eventually. But it just gave Marega that hit that he could get in behind the Dutch centre-half.
Corner for Liverpool to defend. Porto fans just behind that goal. Encouraged. Here's as Corona takes, headed away by James Milner. Work by Keita. Milner clear. Bruno Costa. Forceful play. Tarbio. And there was a little bit of pushing and shoving, and Alexander-Arnold was involved there with Felipe at the far post. Here's Henderson, though. Salah waiting and getting the ball. Just denied by Danilo. Free kick has gone Porto's way, and the referee, I just wonder whether he's getting some advice. Every incident is reviewed by the video assistants.
Felipe's got to be careful, because he was the player that thought he was fouled, and he chased after the referee. Remember, he had a yellow card not so long ago. Here's the moment in the box. Well, he's already going down. Doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. See it better from this angle. Has Alexander-Arnold pushed him over? Again, doesn't look like it from that angle. And at the other end, that's a strong challenge. And Salah just catches Danilo at the end of it.
Yeah.
Does he go over the ball here, Salah? Yes, he does, but I'm not sure with any great intent.
Just to reiterate, all of this is being reviewed. It's not the referee doesn't have to call for review. It's all being reviewed as part of the natural process. So the video assistant referee would inform the referee out on the field if he felt that Salah was guilty of a serious foul, or Alexander-Arnold at the other end.
He told the referee, you've got all the decisions right. No need to do anything else. Here's the moment. It looks as though he might get away here. Mo Salah just tries to go for the ball with Danilo. Danilo goes with his stud showing to start with, dives into the challenge, but Salah goes over the top of the ball. I don't think with any intent. I think it's just a poor challenge, a lazy challenge almost.
That's a lovely ball by Milner. Here's Origi. Milner gets it back from Origi. It's James Milner. It's a corner kick.
Just wanted to get it onto his right foot so he could whip that into the far post. I don't see him get forward too much from left back. He's done a very good defensive job. Now he's got a chance to bend this corner in. Big centre halves are up. Fabinho is good in the air as well.
Brook shot with Alexander Arnold. Milner's cross. And the header is put one away by Felipe. It's calmed down a bit now.
Van Dijk is going mad that the first corner didn't come into the box. They think as though they've got an aerial vulnerability in this Porto defence.
Did a wonderful goal in Munich in the last round, Van Dijk. It will be Milner. And the header away again by Felipe.
Shake, go over, shake.
Van Dijk and Lovren make their way back. Van Dijk a little reluctantly. It's been 2-0 for quite a while now. Liverpool have found a way to win all of their two-legged European knockout ties during the 3.5 years of the Jurgen Klopp era. 4 in the Europa League, 5 in the Champions League. Long towards Sarigi. And the flag is up.
Good game, Henderson, on the right-hand side of that central midfield three. He's picked out his passes well. He's played a lot of forward passes in behind the opposition. He's made forward runs himself. He's defended well when he's had to.
The words of Jurgen Klopp, doing the most difficult job in football for 500 years. Bit of an exaggeration. What? Following Steven Gerrard as Liverpool captain. On a bit too much. It's possessed by Otavio. And Otavio plays the ball out of play.
Just think if Porto really do have a chance of winning this tie, they need a goal, an away goal.
Both Hector Herrera and Pepe back in their ranks for the second leg. Liverpool will have Andrew Robertson available again. Those 3 players all suspended tonight. Brahimi, Alex Telles. Brahimi has gone on here. Oh, terrific work by Henderson once more. Fabinho clear. Sturridge quite bring an awkward ball under control. Danilo finding Bruno Costa. Here's Brahimi. That is a foul. Jordan Henderson. Taken quickly. Alex Telles. Headed away by Lovren. Henderson back, Sturridge back there helping out. Just lost a little bit of their composure in the last minute or so.
Just got to be aware, Liverpool, of that ball being played forward now over the top.
I think quietly, Stuart, they would fancy their chances of scoring in Porto next week.
Absolutely. Liverpool such a great counter-attacking side, although they haven't played particularly well in the Champions League apart from Bayern Munich this year away from home. That's better than Van Dijk, just dropped off, saw the ball being played forward.
It's a back from Keita, finds Origi, who fancies his chances of running the defender. He's able to carry out that part. The cross was over here, but Salah will keep it alive. Salah just showing too much of it, though, to the defender. And away comes Bruno Costa. Otavio. Brahimi. Bruno Costa. Fernando. And Lovren did more than enough.
Well, that wasn't good enough, was it, from Fernando? Good approach play, 1v1. Makes it very easy for Lovren. Lovren just steps across him. Fernando barges him in the back. Cheap free kick. Liverpool can clear the danger. It's been a good decision, hasn't it, by Jurgen Klopp to play Lovren. Hasn't made too many mistakes. Looks as though they're going to keep a clean sheet.
Something that Alisson has failed to do in Liverpool's last 5 games. It's a habit they've got out of. They can get back into it these last 90 seconds. They'll be in pole position going to Portugal next week. Keita looking for another. Soaring run there by Keita. Really forced the issue. Almost caught Porto by surprise. It's only a throw-in.
That's the Keita that was playing in the Bundesliga for a couple of seasons, driving past opponents, racing into the box. He's a dynamic player when he's playing at his very best, Naby Keita.
This is a sign that Liverpool are happy to see away the last few seconds. Xherdan Shaqiri being ready as much as anything just to run the clock down and see it out at 2-0. We'll take that.
Struggle to get on.
Brought by Alexander-Arnold, but overhit. Danilo. Alex Telles. Felipe. That's a good ball into Fernando. It's a foul on Fabinho.
Good play from Fabinho. Ball gets played past him, he recovers, he doesn't stand still, wins the next knockdown.
Advantage Liverpool. It's halfway in this quarter-final. They have a 2-goal advantage. Porto, who certainly set up with the intention of trying to poach an away goal from this first leg, have failed in that sense. They failed to keep out Keita and Firmino in the opening half hour. There were opportunities at each end, enough threat from either side to suggest that the tie is not over at this stage. But Liverpool will go to Porto next Wednesday, feeling that they have everything they could have reasonably expected from the first leg to give themselves a chance of getting through to another Champions League semi-final. They've won by 2-0 here tonight.